how to make wrestling not gay, add a lot of complicated math. I'm Ariel Italic.
I'm a shill for White Claw.
And we're here with a special guest, Katrina Lovelace.
What up?
And you're watching Nobody's Watching Wrestling! Katrina, tell us a fun fact about yourself.
Oh, well, I come from the long islands of the Bronx Zoo. I reside there. It's free rent. They feed me 3 times a week, so it's fine. All I have to do is sling shit on my sister, so we're good.
Brooklyn Drag.
Brooklyn Drag.
Perfect.
How much, what is your relationship to pro wrestling, if any?
I used to watch it when I was younger, but now I'm coming back to it. So, not that much, but we'll see.
Who was your favorite back in the day?
Oh my God, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, good answer.
Yes.
You just like 800 straight wrestling fans just swoon for you.
I can do a split, but not right now.
We watched a few more matches from the G1. I still do not fully understand it, but I watched it.
Oh, did you get it? Did you get it?
I did not get it at all. No,
okay,
it
so
was too complicated.
Yeah. So there's an A block and a B block.
Okay.
And everyone in the A block will wrestle each other, and everyone in the B block will wrestle each other. And if you win, you get 2 points. If it goes to a draw, you get 1 point each, and if you lose, you get 0 points. And then at the end of it, the wrestler from the A block with the most points and the wrestler from the B block with the most points fight each other.
Oh, okay. That seems more simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
It's still harder than it needs to be. Match 1 for us, Naito versus Yano. We'll start with looks. Katrina, did anyone's look grab you between these two?
No. The only look that really grabbed me was the referee's shoes. They were red as fuck. I love them.
Not Balenciaga.
Yeah, you know.
They literally just call him Red Shoes, which I think is amazing that his name is just Red Shoes. That's all he needs.
Also, I loved it that everyone had like a Japanese lesson. We learned that Hayuku means like hurry the fuck up. Because Naito took like 25 minutes to take his whole entire outfit off. I was like, what was going on with that?
I mean, I appreciate being extra in like a general sense, but I did feel like that was just too goddamn much. Like, if you're gonna take that long to take your clothes off, I want there to be some Magic Mike involved.
Right, and there wasn't.
Mm-mm.
There was no magic, there was no mic.
It was like the end of a long work day where he was just home and had to like take off the suit from a long day at work. I mean, what is his day job?
I don't think he's got one.
Well, then he has no excuse to take that long taking that suit off.
I guess part of this was that, like, okay, so this is both of their first match in the G1, and Yano's like a joke, and Naito's like a very serious competitor.
Yeah.
So he was like, Naito was taking the whole thing as like, this is all a joke.
So
that's why he like doesn't give a fuck.
I kind of got that, yeah. Like he was a very like big salesperson. I felt like he was one of the Jehovah Witnesses. Like Yano, I was like just knocking on your door, buy my DVD. It was very like.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that.
It's also like Yano, like back in the day, was like a serious competitor, and now he just does not give a fuck. And so he's just become this sort of like trickster weirdo who like weirdly gets wins over much kind of more brutal talent, but like does it through trickery.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, it was really weird. It was a weird match.
Yeah, his whole clown thing didn't necessarily. I didn't feel warm toward him. I don't know why. I think I was supposed to like him and think like, oh, Yano, he's a fun, jokey friend, like your weird uncle who makes a lot of strange jokes. I didn't feel glad that he was here.
That's so funny. I think he's so fun every single time. There's a lot of matches in the G1, and I skip a lot of them, and I watch every Yano match because I think they're so stupid.
He seems like someone I should like. Like, I love a stupid joke. But this, I think maybe it was the pairing against Naito, who is, like you said, a real wrestler. And I was just like, there's no chemistry there.
I liked the trick of the whole match was that you're just expecting Naito to win, and then he just fully does not.
He didn't.
He did not. I was like, okay, where is this match going? Because I did not know where it was going. They flipped the referee's shirt inside out. I was like, what is going on? It was confusing.
A lot of shirt play.
A lot of shirt play,
like,
yes.
most of this match was shirt shit.
Tapping into that, like, what is that called? I've lost the word. Never mind.
The coolest part of the match for me is... So right away, Yano goes and takes the cover off the turnbuckle, and that's apparently a thing that he does.
Yeah, what was that all about?
That's just his like stock move because he always tries to take the cover off the turnbuckle and then slam someone's head into the metal.
Okay.
And it's just like his like one thing that he reliably does.
Got it.
So he was just going for it, and then Naito tries and stops him and then goes for it himself. Because Naito's also a bit of a trickster, but a more serious trickster.
Well, then eventually, so Yano has the turnbuckle cover, and he's gonna beat Naito up with it, and out of nowhere, Red Shoes takes a running leap, like a full Mario jump, and grabs the turnbuckle cover out of Yano's hand, and it was the best move of the entire match.
So you're just genuinely unimpressed by all of
I was
this.
very unimpressed. I felt like it was like a fight of obnoxious people. It was just...
familiar to Brooklyn drag.
Mostly Manhattan drag. It was very like, I was trying to keep up, but I was just having a headache throughout the whole time. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Yano won.
Yep.
Like, how?
I mean, he won by pulling Naito's t-shirt over his head, which I guess that's just like disorienting.
It's been funny to watch in all of other, like Yano's other matches in the G1 too, because now everyone's like afraid to take their shirt off near him because they're like worried he's gonna pull the same trick on them.
Just don't even wear a shirt into the ring.
There we go. That solves a lot of problems, yeah.
Speaking of shirts, Katrina, where can we buy this lovely shirt?
I don't know. But you can follow me and I'll tell you where.
You could Venmo her and she'll send you one.
Yes, I will.
There we go. We'll have more instructions at the end of the video, but look at that beautiful Katrina Lovelace t-shirt.
Yes, titties.
Next match, Moxley versus Ishii. There's not a lot to comment on outfit-wise because they're just wearing some black shit.
Having
they're
never
not.
seen either of them, any thoughts?
I was very enthralled with Moxley giving the whole entire audience like a house tour of the arena. I was like, okay, what's going on? And it was like Godzilla versus another monster because everybody was in that match. There was like a moment where like a girl was like backing up and she fell.
Oh!
I was like, oh my God, I had to like rewind it and watch 25 more times. It was hilarious.
Did you have any thoughts about like their general look or presentation?
I don't know. Like I felt they were very like the like pit bulls, like in real life. Like I didn't know. Like it was just very aggressive, kind of hot.
But also like a weird boozy energy. They both kind of look like they came from the lobby bar. Like they kind of stumble in. They're both a little older. Like maybe their walk to the ring is also a little bit of like an Icy Hot ad where they're just kind of like shaking off some old aches.
Fair.
And so that was my thing with like the whole like run around the ring business was like neither of them has a lot of moves that they can do, so they gotta go take like a touring show because if they had done all that shit in the ring, it probably wouldn't have looked that good.
Right. Well, Moxley pulled out like a submission hold I've never seen him do before, so I guess you got points for doing one thing other than like smacking someone with a chair and also your skull.
But both of those did happen.
Yeah. The weird on all fours headbutting each other moment felt like I was watching like a dance from another culture that I didn't understand. And I was just like, oh, sure, that's how they do it over there.
What do you think that dance might symbolize?
The coming of two souls. I don't know. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna go with that. It was really weird to watch them because the announce table made this suggestion at the beginning. They're like, these two men have such different styles, and I was like, do they?
Do they even have a style? Like, I didn't know if that was like, I don't know. They didn't have any style. They were just running around.
Yeah, they both just sort of seem old and grumpy.
Exactly.
It didn't strike me that either of them was like, oh, look at these different worlds coming together.
It's so funny that both of you are saying that because the internet was freaking the fuck out about how good this was.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, sure, I mean, Sure, whatever.
Was it during the blackout that they watched it, or what?
Oh.
Like, what was going on? Because I did not see the same match, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, there were some fun moments. It's always fun when someone sets up a table and then we wait 10 minutes and then the table gets broken. Like, that's some, like, cause and effect situation.
Yes, a dramatic payoff.
Especially when the person who sets up the table then goes through the... So, like, Moxley sets up the table and then Moxley goes through the table and it's like, well, you reap what you sow.
I also love the moment where the referee just gave up during the house tour. He was like, I'm not even going to count. I'm just going to follow you guys. It was like, you guys decide whenever you want to come back in.
That was, you can only do so much. These two are going to do what they want.
Very much that, yeah. I mean, the only interesting part, like you said, just Ishii, like, slamming him into that damn table. I was like, okay, that's me on Thanksgiving. Whew.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know what you all loved about this. It was fine. Don't get me wrong. I didn't hate it, but, like...
They were really, I guess the thing that people liked about it was that they were really, like, fully going after each other. Like, there was a realism to it that there is not, especially with Moxley, who was in the WWE where there was no realism to anything. Yeah. And now he's, like, fully just, like, headbutting his skull into oblivion. And people like watching each other suffer.
That is true. Yeah.
All right, well then Moxley gets the win for being willing to endure the most suffering.
Which seems like a metaphor for something.
Yeah, you figure it out. Moving on to Kota Ibushi versus Sanada. This was billed as the handsome match, and that's true. They are both handsome.
How would you evaluate their handsomeness?
Sanada could get it. Ibushi, we'll talk about it.
What did you... Well, go on, explore these feelings.
Ibushi's hair really bothered me. Like, he couldn't see, so I don't know if he could see my beauty. I was very bothered by that. And I know that you don't like Sanada's look.
No, I don't.
I loved it.
Really? With all the...
With all the bedazzling and everything? Like, he's like a 10-year-old that just got a bedazzler for Christmas and just went like wild.
But that's the thing, it looks juvenile.
I love it, though. I like juvenile.
He's enthusiastic, you know?
Yeah, that mask itself was the winner of the match for me, at least.
I can't get behind a bleached beard. That's really where I draw the line.
I liked it, you know?
What?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, everything's bleached down there, so it kind of matches.
Oh my god. I have a lot of questions about his pubic hair that I didn't have before.
There you go.
Things to wonder about. Does anyone have any intel on... Don't comment below. Please don't... Forget I said that. Jane? No. This match... Again, I wasn't super feeling this, though there were moments that really grabbed me. It felt really huggy, like they were...
It was very much two schoolgirls, like, fighting over lunch. No, mom gave me that. No. And it was very, like, they were holding hands at the beginning, and then they grabbed the other one, and then they were just... It was weird.
There was weirdly a lot of feminine energy between the two of them.
It was.
Which is strange for two very handsome masculine men filled with muscles.
I guess that's why, maybe, because since they are so handsome, they're like, oh, not the face type of thing. It was very much like two bottoms trying to, like, figure out who's gonna top.
Is this like a yaoi situation? Is this like 14-year-old
totally.
Girls wrote this?
Yeah, that's right. I'm shocked you know what that means.
Are you?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I don't know what that means, so there we go.
Yaoi is like...
oh, yes, yaoi. Oh, yeah, you know what yaoi? Okay, bitch.
You just needed your memory jog for a second.
We all know what it is. And if you don't, it's YAOI. Go Google it.
But not if you're at work.
Nope.
No.
They know that. No, everyone watching this knows.
Google hentai when you're at work.
So the thing that I figured out in this match is that when you don't know someone's moveset, it is very hard to read the, like, new... I don't know why it took me this long to figure this out, but, like, when you don't know what someone's finisher is, then watching their finisher doesn't have any... It's like when you watch the third season of Arrested Development, but you haven't watched the first two, and none of those in-jokes are landing. Like, they kept doing their finishers, and I'm like, I guess that's important.
That's fair. That's a really fair criticism, and I wonder that about the next match, the Okada versus Ospreay match, where there were so many counters that it seemed like someone who didn't know what they were watching would just not understand the drama of it.
While I was watching it, I had to, like, check my internet because I thought I was watching it in slow-mo. I was like, what's going on? And then out of nowhere, like sped up, where they were like throwing each other like on like to the ropes and everything.
Yeah.
Japanese matches tend to have a really slow build, and then
So
it
I
turns,
see.
and then it like explodes at the end.
Yeah, this one didn't explode.
Oh.
It was definitely the blue balls of the season, really, for me.
It had the feel to me of kind of why we stopped watching a lot of WWE stuff, where like, yeah, there would be a long stretch where not much happened, then something would happen, and then we would just wait for the next thing to happen. Usually I feel like the build is better paced, where they're like, they start slow, but they like get to a really good pace, and this had a lot of choppiness.
The internet is going to be furious at all of us.
Oh, the internet's already... as a drag queen who talks about wrestling, I am used to it.
Comment below. There you go.
Go right ahead. Tell me how much you hate me.
You really liked that moment with the headlock that turned into a spin.
Yeah, when you pick Ibushi up and just glide him through the air like you're ice dancing. Just spin him around. That was Sanada and Ibushi had like a beautiful romantic moment there. Like I didn't watch La La Land, but I assume that a scene like that happened in it.
It happened in Dirty Dancing. That's what happened. That's where it was.
There it is. This is the Yowie Dirty Dancing.
Oh my god, weirdly accurate. Yeah. I also like that there's been this repeated theme in the G1 of everyone attempting to do Sanada's Paradise Lock and failing, because apparently it takes a lot of expertise to tie another person into a knot ball. But you can't do it if you don't study how to do it, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I feel like you gotta learn that whole technique. You know, you can't just dive into BDSM because you read one of the 50 Shades books.
Hear that, House of Yes?
Whoa. Whoa. That's okay. We don't get booked there anyway.
Exactly.
Anyway, Ibushi won this match, and good for him.
Oh, he did, right? Yeah. The knee to the face. That's what got him the match, right?
Yeah. And the fun part about this is that the announcers kept talking about how much those two really respected and liked each other. And after the match...
Oh, Sanada was not having it.
Except that in the like post-match stuff, Sanada sort of hinted that he wants to be a tag partner with Ibushi in the future.
Oh, okay, nice.
So like, you know, a budding romance in the works.
Uh-oh. Platinum lovers. And finally, Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. We're gonna start off talking about two great big coats.
These are controversial subjects in the world of wrestling, so I'm very interested to
So
hear what
I've
you gotta say.
seen. I liked Ospreay's coat until he took it off. All that fur underneath, I was like, no, that has to go. But I like the snakeskin. I like the effort. And Okada's coat, I was confused by it. I feel like he got attacked by like a car wash. Like with all that fucking fringe. It was so unnecessary. So Lady Berica, why did you like it? I don't know.
I liked it before the fringe.
Yeah, exactly.
If you took the fringe off, it's like kind of weirdly elegant.
It was still too busy.
It's very busy.
It was very fucking busy. I was not pleased. But his face was nice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the man in the coat. Both of them, this is another handsome match for me. Either of them could get it.
But more entertaining.
Yeah, there's a lot more happening here.
Yeah.
It did start off slow, though I want to give a shout out. Will Ospreay has many different pain grunts. I noticed that he's like really telegraphing in all these like slow silent segments. He has a lot of different ways he's like, I am at like a 5 of pain. That's a 7. Oh, we're down to a 3. Like he's just got this whole like soundboard of weird like bound up, maybe sexual grunts that were really interesting to listen to.
He's also, you can sort of tell, like another anime nerd where there's like a lot of poses in between and before a move.
Oh yeah,
which like
those.
On the one hand is really fun, and on the other hand it's like, tone it down, girl.
But also, like, I saw it, and even the announcers said it. It reminded me very much of like lucha libre, like Mexican lucha libre style, like very Mexican jumping bean. Like he was flipping the whole entire time.
Oh,
and they always do like a pose, like, and everything. I was very entertained by that.
Yeah, I love if he's heading to the top rope, you're gonna be in for a good time. Like he's just a big flying. I was gonna say big flying baby, but he's bulked up. No longer a baby.
He used to be way skinnier, but he's trying to be a heavyweight.
Got it.
now.
Okay. I was like, where did that come from?
Honestly, I feel like we called him a theater bottom in our video once, and he hit the gym immediately.
Even though he Instagrammed about it.
He did, but that was the beginning. He was like, not a girl, not yet a woman.
The theater bottom will always be in him, though.
Oh yeah, it's always a little bit there. Every time he strikes a sassy pose.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's one of his pain sounds. He did it.
Huh. There you go.
I do have to call out Red Shoes just a little bit. That his 3 count is maybe a hair slow. It's like 1, 2, wind up, and the pit. Like, he really signaled that.
He's getting a little old, is all I'll say.
The arthritis is kicking in, you know, yeah.
The 3rd count is hard for him because of the age, but also because, like, he also, I feel like, used to enforce the rules a little bit more, and he's gotten lax in his old age.
Yeah.
I feel like it built up the anticipation, though, because at the end, where they were just counter attack and everything, they were just flipping each other. I was like, okay, this was really good. And then they were trying to pin each other, but they couldn't. Whew.
Yeah, like, he was doing his job by not hitting the 3 count. Like, I get it. It's just, I see you, girl. That's all.
There was like that one brief segment towards the end where like there was so many counters in a row, it stopped looking like a wrestling match and started looking like some kind of bizarre ballet where like it was so intricate and strange, and like it was the same thing where I was like, if you don't know what move they're going for, this is almost abstract.
It was them auditioning to get into Alvin Ailey, that's why. That's exactly what was going on.
Yeah, and they're both a little too pale.
Yeah. Also, I was very confused because when they were announcing like his finisher for Ospreay, I don't know if it was ass cutter, ox cutter, and then I was like, oh wait, Ospreay. Okay, I'm like, I don't know what his finisher move was called.
It's the ass cutter.
It's
the ass cutter from now on.
Yeah, that's what it's called now.
I mean, I don't know why he didn't think of that when he was naming it. Like, someone's going to call this the ass cutter. Maybe to that point, no one had called him a theater bottom, which seems wrong to me. Someone definitely had, just not to his face.
But now the internet knows.
And now forever his finisher is the ass cutter. But also, like, you could cut this ass. It's fine.
I love the fact that Ospreay got fucking drop kicked, then got picked up, clotheslined, then almost got pinned, but flipped it into Okada, pinned him, didn't get the 3 count, then got up on the ropes and did the shooting star, pinned him again, did not get the 3 count. I was like, this was a match that I was definitely didn't know who to cheer for because they were both really likable. I like them both.
Yeah, are they both technically faces?
I think so. Okada used to be a little bit more bratty, but he's gained so much respect through his championship runs, and Ospreay is an idiot on Twitter, and so that makes him less of a face.
Like many usual theater bottoms.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, actually weirdly similar. And so, but I guess in NJPW he's kind of a face too. You can't be that sort of flashy and flippy and not be a face.
All right. Well, he still lost.
Yeah, I was upset.
But
You ended up rooting for him.
I did. I liked his style of like wrestling, and I really was cheering for him at the end. But I was not mad that Okada won.
Yeah, sure. The Rainmaker's fun to watch, I guess. I saw enough of it. I just like it now because I have to. So, Katrina, where can we find you on all the online places?
You can find me at Katrina Lovelace. That is Katrina with the C because yes, I am illiterate. And Lady Berica is in a ditch somewhere, but I will never tell where.
Are there any upcoming shows or gigs or whatever that you want to shout out?
Yes, I'll be at the City MD trying to find out what this itch is all about. But other than that, just follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll let you know when and where you can find me.
Give us an update.
Okay, perfect. It's still itching.
Great.
There you go.
I'm at Ariel Italic at all the places.
I'm going to get another White Claw.
And we've still got our GoFundMe going down below, so please give us money. Thanks. Bye. Mwah.